Okay, TP2 here. I want to show you how to build a straight fence. First of all, I've got this is 2 3/8 pipe in the ground. I did what the gentleman from Alderman Farms said do. I put a little keyway in this, but what I did, first of all, dug down about 2 feet, filled it full of water. This post is 8 feet long. Filled that hole full of water. This is hard clay. And then took my front end loader and pushed it in. The pipe on the other end pushed in real nicely. This one was a little stubborn, had to kind of beat it in. I welded up some, took a couple of carriage bolts. That's a piece of a carriage bolt. That's the head of the bolt. Cut it off, welded another piece of carriage bolt on it for some hinges. The head of the bolt there makes a pretty good flat place to weld. My welding ain't pretty, but it sticks. So anyway, there's gonna be a gate right here up to that post right there. So how to build a straight fence? First of all, I got it marked off. My posts are gonna be, T-posts are gonna be 10 feet apart. I used a piece of PVC pipe to that's the easiest way to lay out, get a 10-foot piece or 12-foot, whatever your post is gonna be. And the easiest way to just step it off and to lay your post, to put your post at equal distances. So I've run a string, I've stretched it tight almost to what I think might be the breaking point. It is best to pick a non-windy day. This fence is running north and south, and today the breeze is coming from the north, so it's not really going to move my string that much. Anyway, let me show you. Let me start and give you a lesson or two. Okay, you're obviously going to need a T-post driver, and you're going to need a level. I would highly recommend I'm going to try to do this with one hand here. I know this is not going to be good. A magnetic level. Got a magnet on that side. Hold it to the T-post. Now what you want to do is, you see where the T-post meets the string. Okay, right there. I'm going to try to frame this right. Put your T-post on the ground where you've got it marked as a 10-foot or 12-foot, whatever it's going to be. When the string just barely touches the T-post, look at your level. Okay, let me get it off a little bit and show you. It's just touching right there. Come up, the level's way off. So that what you'll do is just move. Get out of the shadows here. Move the bottom of the T-post just a little bit. Just move it, bring it in just a little bit till it just kisses the string. Come up and look, still a little bit off. Move it in just a little bit until it just touches, just kisses that string right there. Just barely kisses the string. Try that again. Move it just a little bit. Kisses the string right there. And that's money. Alright? That is money. So that's where you want to drive it. I can't drive it and hold the camera. So anyway, that's where you want to drive it. But that's the easiest way to do it. If it's windy and the string's moving, you're not going to have as straight a fence. So move the bottom of your post on the ground to a point to where when it is stationary and it just touches the string and it's level here, that's where you want to be. Your post is going to be level. Now you still, when you drive it, you're going to have to level it back and forth, but that's where that's where your level comes in also. Let's see if I can do this. In other words, you'll put the level on that side of the post, and then you'll level it. And you can go ahead and start driving your post, and then when you get it down nearly to the shovel there, then you can start leveling it back and forth a little bit. But as far as doing it this way, is making the fence itself straight. When you look down that fence, you should see one T-post. All the rest of them are hiding behind it. And that's the way to do it. down at the bottom, put it on the ground. Let me just move it again, messing around, okay? Try it again. Right there, it just touches. Move my level. Again, magnetic level makes it so easy. Touching string is just barely touching, but I'm way off up here. So I'll move the bottom in just a little bit. Touching the string, money. That's where you want to drive it, right there. Okay? That's how to make a straight fence. I got some driving to do. I'll be back and show you. Also, as you get your posts put in, pull them back away from the string. You don't want this post to be pushing the string and interfere with your line. So pull the post back just a little bit away from the string where it doesn't touch the string to drive your next post. So far so good, right? Huh? That's pretty straight. Should be able to see one T-post. So I got a lot more driving to do. Got about 6, 7, 8 more to drive. So the point is, again, pull your post back away from your string. You're going to straighten it up later. You're going to push it and where it's level later. When you do, they should all be touching the string. But for right now, you don't want this post to be sticking out like this, and it's going to mess up your line of sight on your string. So make sure your string has no weeds, no twigs, anything like that, and no posts touching it. Okay? All these are not quite level because I pushed them back a little bit from the string, okay? I don't want the string touching. Obviously, you also want to have your posts at a uniform height. I'm putting these at 50 inches, and that one right there is 49, and it's going to bug me the rest of my life if I don't pull it up just a little bit. So, as you're driving, you'll need to take some measurements. You can sometimes count, when you're doing T-posts, count these little knobs. Those are 2 inches, or at least on these T-posts they are. And when you get past your little shovel down at the bottom, then you can count them and get pretty close, but you need to use a tape measure to finish them off, maybe the last inch or two, finish it off, okay? Most of you probably know this, but if your post starts to turn a little bit, and it will, twist a little bit, put your foot up against the shovel, and it'll straighten it out. Okay? You want your shovel parallel with your line here. And just keep going from there, one right after another. I'll show you what it looks like when I get it done. Okay, I've got them all drove, and I've come back and I've pulled them back up against the string. In other words, I've leveled them this way, because when you drive it, you're probably not going to drive it right straight up and down. I'm going to drive it typically out just a little bit, especially if you're using bob wire instead of string. And some people do. Instead of this string, some people use bob wire. And I guess that's okay. It won't blow in the wind, so if it's a real windy day, it might be the best thing to do. But anyway, I came back, straightened them up this way and this way. And let's see what it looks like. There's my fence. That looks pretty dang straight to me. What about you? Okay. Now I've got one that I drove down. Instead of 50, it's 49, and it's in a low place, so it makes this one really look low compared to the rest of them. So I'm gonna have to come pull that up an inch. Actually, this is a low place right here, so that's one reason it looks so low. And then I got another one down there, fourth one from the end. I drove down, wasn't paying attention, drove down an inch too far, and I can see it from here, and it bugs me. So I'm gonna have to pull those two up just about an inch, and then check those again for height and such. Okay, but anyway, that is how to build a straight fence using T-posts. Now, if you're using wood posts, you know, you're just gonna have to drill and do the best you can. I typically, everything I've got in the ground is metal. All my fencing is metal, all my corner posts are metal, and but anyway, straight fence. What do you think? It's pretty dead-gone straight there. Okay. What do you think? What do you think? Any way you look at it, it's pretty dead-gone straight. Okay. I need something to drink. I think that's gonna do it. We gone.